limit of 25 minutes for this debate. May I call upon Councillor Alexi Dimond to move the motion, and you may speak for up to 3 minutes.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. I would like to extend heartfelt condolences to all those whose loved ones have been killed in atrocities since October the 7th, on October the 7th, and before October the 7th. All the victims of this 75-year-old war of conquest, occupation and dispossession. It should not be necessary to say that all human life is sacred, that all atrocities need to be condemned equally, and that we must all do everything in our power to prevent war crimes, and indeed the ultimate crime of genocide. In recent weeks, the UK media and leadership of both major political parties have tried to claim that one atrocity justifies further atrocities, killings and collective punishment. This is not how international law works. The killing has to stop, and it has to stop now, before it is too late. Never again means never again for anyone, and never again is now. The Israeli government has been crystal clear about its genocidal intent in Gaza. Defence Minister Yoav Gallant has promised that Gaza won't return to what it was before. We will eliminate everything. On declaring the ground invasion of Gaza, PM Netanyahu addressed the IDF saying, "You must remember what Amalek has done to you." This statement refers to a passage in the Bible where God instructs Saul, "Now go and smite Amalek, and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and baby." The Israeli government is being true to their intentions. As of this morning, over 8,500 people have been killed, over 3,457 of them children. That number is increasing every second there is not a ceasefire. Like their Israeli counterparts, Palestinian children have names, hopes, dreams and ambitions. They have done nothing wrong, and nothing justifies their killing. On Monday, I heard from a Palestinian family seeking sanctuary in Sheffield that 40 members of their family had been killed by Israeli airstrikes. Lib Dem MP Layla Moran stated, "No longer are people saying, 'Where do we go to be safe?' The question they are now asking is, 'Where do we want to be when we die?' In the future, people will ask, 'What did you do when a genocide took place in darkness? What did you do when all the powers of the world funded a massacre?' Today, I hope that everyone will vote not just to demand a ceasefire, but an end to occupation, apartheid and war crimes. I'd like to conclude with the words of Mohammed al-Naouf, just before he was killed in his home in the supposed safety of southern Gaza by an Israeli airstrike, along with 3 generations of his family. He said, "Could be my last post on LinkedIn, as Israel will soon cut off internet in preparation for our genocide and forced expulsion. This comes with the full support of the free world who is cheering Israel on. The world has lost its last shred of humanity. It is everyone's duty to speak about this. Do not let Israel murder us."
Thank you. May I call upon Councillor Haybe to second the motion. You may speak for up to 2 minutes.
It almost feels like every speech, every conversation, and now this motion is people auditioning on behalf of the Palestinians for their humanity and begging for an ounce of empathy. It's disgusting. I have 2 minutes, so I'll make this quick. Settler colonialism, genocide, illegal annexation of land and homes through continuous means of forced ethnic displacement. War crimes like the use of white phosphorus, churches, mosques, educational institutions, cutting off electricity, food, water, assassinating innocent journalists with impunity, bombing refugee camps, thousands of the most sophisticated missiles known to humanity on a population that is 50% children. If it acts like a genocidal organization and speaks like a genocidal organization, then it's definitely a genocidal organization. The question is, do our leaders know this? Yes, they're not stupid. They have intelligence agencies and hopefully some level of critical thinking skills. So why do they not condemn this? And the truth is, it's because they're okay with it. They really are. And that's the quiet part out loud, the elephant in the room. But the question today is Sheffield City Council okay with this? I keep hearing Sheffield has nothing to do with this, but it's in our history. And it's in Britain's history too. I mean, Britain caused this through the Balfour Declaration, transferring the land which they didn't even own at the time. The British government remains unrepentant after all these years. It has yet to take any measure of moral responsibility, however symbolic, for what it has done to the Palestinians. And with the rise of Islamophobia, anti-Semitism, brewing of frustrations amongst our citizens, every single decision we make will have unintended consequences. Or we could just lose the faith and trust of our communities, which will spill over for years to come. So at a time when even trying to make a smart decision will have unintended consequences, it is best to make the right human decision. So yes, it is seriously our decision and it matters to us. It's in our history and it's in our present. So not only will history remember you, but the present will. We could be guilty. And I want to finish on this. We are a proud multicultural city that values every single individual regardless of their race, religion or ethnicity. As cities whose population looked to us and even more chose us to speak on behalf of them. So to conclude, let's be real, undiluted and honour our commitments as the leaders of the city and as human beings. We are not mindless drones who agree with the media's lies and warmongers who have no integrity. We're Sheffield, we stand with Palestine and we oppose the genocide being committed by the Israeli government. And this is why I formally second the motion. Thank you.
Thank you.